Alright, what is up, guys? Spencer here, doing probably my first, this is my first kind of new thing that I'm doing here for YouTube, but definitely will not be the last. Like I mentioned in my first video that I do movie reviews, horror movie review, let me just get that, let me put that emphasis on it, not, I don't do action movie reviews or comedies or romance or whatever. It's mostly horror. It's all horror on the creepercast.com. But just the two movies that I've seen today, actually, this morning, actually, is Piranha from 2010 or Piranha 3D. Basically, this is the 3D version. This is the regular version, so they just put Piranha on there, which is a remake of the 1978 version. This is the 2010 remake, directed by Alex Aja, which is really cool. Really big fan of this film and Alex Aja. Alex Aja, which is really cool. The second film, not directed by Alex Aja, but is a sequel to Piranha, is Piranha DD. Or if you get this, or this is also in 3D, but I don't know why they put 3DD in it, which is stupid. But when we get to this film, I'm gonna have a lot to say. It sucks, but that's the only thing I'm gonna say right now until we get to it. Those of you who did see my first video, you probably saw me pull this up, show this, and show the different characters. You got Gary Busey, Daniel Panabaker, David Hasselhoff, Christopher Lloyd, and Katrina Bowden, right there beside Mr. Busey, who, if you haven't seen it, Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, holy crap, good film. And Katrina Bowden is in that film, and that film, Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, is on Netflix, so if you guys have Netflix, strongly urge you to check it out. It's a very good horror comedy. But yeah, first up is Piranha. Piranha is a 2010 horror film directed by Alex Aja, like I mentioned, starring Stephen McQueen, Elizabeth Shue, Jerry O'Connell, Ving Rhames, Adam Scott, Richard Dreyfuss, Christopher Lloyd, and Kelly Brook. Yes, I love this movie. This is probably one of my fifth viewing. Could be wrong. I think it's my fifth viewing. I've seen this a lot. I don't remember. I don't keep track of how many times I've seen the same movie. Just that's all I wanted to say. I didn't want to. That's what I was trying to say, but which is really funny. Owen Gleiberman, I think that's how you pronounce his name, from Entertainment Weekly, called it "His Jaw's Gone Wild." That's fun. But yeah, Piranha, really good film. Really good film, even for, before I even go on, the reason why there's an R-rated sticker on the top left, I got this from my local library, and at the library they put the what the movie's rated. They put a sticker on there just so, when you get the movie, pull it out, when you look at it, even if you don't know what the movie is, even if it's like a PG rated movie, you don't know what the heck it is, it'll have the rating. And you want to say, oh, Piranha, what's this? And you see the R rating, oh, what's it rated R for? And you read, what's it for? So that's really cool that the library does that, just so if kids are wanting to pick up R rated movies, it's right there. For any of you, I don't know if any young kids, early teens probably watch my videos. I hope so. I hope young kids like my videos and watch my videos and are entertained by my videos. But this is not a movie for kids. No. There are some I'm 18 years old, and I'm mature for my age, but there are some kids my age who are mature, and this is not a movie for kids. Even Piranha DD isn't, even though Piranha DD sucks. I said that again. It sucks. And we're gonna get to that here in just a few minutes. But sorry, I got something in my eye. Okay. But yeah. Positives. Seeing Ving Rhames in a film. Seeing Christopher Lloyd in a film like this is really cool. You know, seeing Doc Brown and Luther Stickle in the same movie, you know, that's really cool. I mean, for those of you who don't know who Luther Stickle is, Ving Rhames' character in the Mission Impossible series. And for those of you who don't know who Doc Brown is, you've been living under a rock. But yeah, my positives with the film are seeing, you know, the acting. You know, there's a lot of extras in the big massacre scene. Hold on, massacre scene, where the piranhas come by and, you know, just tear everything up. The extras are believable extras. You know, you get an extra in a movie and they're the blandest people you could see in a film. These extras know how to work. These extras know how to act, and they are believable. They're believable. The extras, you know, when they're terrified, the extras are terrified. You know, Alex Agile on the behind the scenes feature. There's 5 behind the scenes featurettes and commentary for special features, but one of the behind the scenes, they brought in the extras in the room and they told the extras, hey, you know, I want you to show me how you dance. Show me you know how you can scream, how you can act being killed. And there are some that when they did their audition tapes were horrible. You know, just, you know, the dancing, some of the screaming was really good. You know, especially the guys. You know, probably think, you know, guys gonna scream like a girl in a horror film, but some of the guys did really good at screaming. But some of the death acting that they did was just okay. But once the camera started rolling, once Alex Aja said action, holy crap! The extras are beyond amazing in this movie. And the main actors and the main people. Jerry O'Connell provides the comic relief a lot in this film. And his, you know, he knows how to work, and I'm a Jerry O'Connell fan. I'm having trouble speaking today. I'm sorry about that. But Elizabeth Shue, also big fan of Elizabeth Shue. Really cool seeing her in this film. The scare factor is high. I mean, when you have in the film, it says about 1,000 of these prehistoric piranhas are in the lake. When you have about 1,000 of piranhas that have not been, that vanished off the face of the earth, you know, 2 million years ago, and they're coming at you and they're eating you and they're ripping your flesh off, that's pretty scary. It's pretty terrifying. I like how Christopher Lloyd in the film, when you first meet him, meet his character, who is a marine biologist, says the first bite draws blood, the blood draws the pact. So if you're in the water and you get bit by the piranha, get out of the water. You stay in the water. Even if there's one piranha nibbling at your leg, rip it off your leg, throw it back into the water, and get the heck out of the water, because you're going to be dead. The gore. Holy crap. I've never seen so much gore in a film before. Keep in mind, I've seen, you know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I've seen Nightmare on Elm Street films, you know, where the gore, and not the older Texas Chainsaw films, you know, the newer. I've seen the remake and I've seen the prequel. No, I actually could not watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning. I had to turn it off because I almost got sick. But film like Nightmare on Elm Street will realize heavy, on the gore and the violence and the bloody violence on hand on that. But this is probably the most blood and gore that I've seen in a film. Like I said, piranhas. If you don't know what a piranha, piranhas, meat-eating fish. Pretty simple. Piranhas are really cool. Yeah, don't be in water with a piranha. The negatives with the film I have are it's only 88 minutes, which is not even an hour and a half. I think with a film like this, I wish it could have been a little bit longer. The ending, I'm not gonna give away the ending, but the ending is kind of, but I think the ending actually ties into what Piranha DD is. I'm just gonna keep in mind. There's one time at the end in this film where Christopher Lloyd's character, finds out something about the species of piranhas. Also in this film. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to give away too much, but there's 2 times in both films where Christopher Lloyd's character finds something about the piranhas that makes no sense to me, really. Even in this one. The ending of this one just does not make sense. But the ending to this one, the first film, the ending kind of does make sense because I don't want to give away anything on this film, but it's a 5-year-old movie. But I don't like to do spoilers in my films, even if they're I reviewed A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. I reviewed. I'm trying to think what. I reviewed Nightmare on Elm Street 2. I don't like to give spoilers even if they're films that are like 30, 40 years old. But Piranha, the only pretty negative that I pretty much have is the length. I wish it just could have been a little bit longer. About if they push it to a 95-minute film, I would be happy. Just to clear some stuff up near the end. But yeah, Piranha from 2010. For the Creeper Cast, we give our scores of a 1 out of 5, 1 to 5 chart, but we give them stabs instead of stars. So also half stabs do count. I gotta give Piranha a 4 out of 5 stabs. Really interesting film. Really good film. Hope you guys, whether you get it at your local library, if you go to your local store, whether it's Walmart, Target, whatever that sells movies, pick it up. Really cool. Really cool. But yeah, I give Piranha 4 out of 5 stabs. Sweet. Yeah. Next film. For the glare on the thing. Sorry about that. Piranha DD. Sucks. That's the 3rd time that I've said this about this film. Sucks. Double the action, double the terror, double the D's. For you who have not seen this movie, the only thing that's right about that little point is the bottom. The first 2, whoever wrote this is out of their mind, because there's, yes, it's kind of, it does not have it does not have a lot of the violence and the gore as the first one did. So whoever wrote that is off their minds, or out of their minds. Excuse me. But unlike the first film, this was not directed by Alex Aja. Pretty much the only characters that come back in this one is David Hasselhoff, or not David Hasselhoff, excuse me, Christopher Lloyd, Ving Rhames is back, which is really cool, and I'm trying to see if it has his name in there. I know who he is, I just don't know what his name is. It does not have his name on here. Dang. Well, Jerry O'Connell's character, he has a cameraman that works with him. The guy that played the cameraman comes back in Piranha Double D. Daniel Panabaker. She's been in a lot of horror movies that I've seen. There's a lot of horror movies that I've seen her in. She's decent. Gary Busey. I like I said, I really don't have nothing wrong with Gary Busey. I really have nothing wrong with him, but I don't find him an accomplished actor. But I mean, even David Hasselhoff, I know if I say this, I'm gonna get a lot of hate mail from people who are big David Hasselhoff fans, but I just don't like David Hasselhoff either. That's my opinion. If you don't like my opinion, if you don't agree with my opinion, or even if you don't like my opinion, that we all have our own opinions. So if someone who likes David Hasselhoff or Gary Busey, and that's okay. That's your opinion. That's how you look upon them. You like them. You think they're good actors. You think they're accomplished actors, well-respected actors. But I just don't. Like I said, if I had to pick out of the two who I would who I actually respect more, let me put it that way, I respect Gary Busey more than David Hasselhoff. Pretty funny on the top right there. It says the same thing that it does on this one. Prepare for the double of the action, double the terror, and double the D's. And they actually could have put something else on the bottom here. But yeah. Basically, this film takes place 1 year after Piranha. But Piranha Double D. Sorry about that. I'm trying to fix my phone. But Piranha Double D is a released 2012. So just a couple years after Piranha 3D was released. Only 83 minutes on this one, and that's too long. Basically, I'm just gonna give this part away. Katrina Bowen's character, her and her boyfriend, I don't know what his name is. I've seen the kids somewhere. I just don't remember his name. They go skinny dipping in a pool in a lake. A baby piranha, basically a baby piranha gets inside of her, and I don't know. It's stupid. I'm sorry. This film is horrible. I'm sorry. Financial success for Piranha. Piranha was, pretty well received by Rotten Tomatoes, and the critical reception was pretty good for Piranha, but Piranha Double D did not live up to what Piranha 3D gave. Basically, I'm a big fan of this movie studio. If Asylum had released this film as a mockbuster of Piranha, I'd be okay with it. I would definitely be okay with it if Asylum did a mockbuster of Piranha 3D and made it this. Because I'm a big fan of the Asylum and that movie studio. I actually have a few of their films. But Dimension and Anchor Bay Studios or Entertainment, sorry, and Dimension Films, Anchor Bay Entertainment, Radius, I don't know what that is. The Weinstein Company, Dimension Films, the Weinstein Company, distributed the film. Dimension Films is a good good distributor of films. They did, Halloween and, excuse me, mostly focusing on action and horror films. But Dimension Films for this one, it's not good. This is probably, pretty much probably the very few Dimension films that I've seen that sucks. David Kosher is in this film. Why? I know, because this is more campy than Piranha. I mean, this is way more campy. David Koshner, sorry. No good. Daniel Panabaker, I think, could have done better. Could have been in a better movie. With all the films that were released in 2012, I think Daniel Panabaker should have steered clear from this film. The end product, the end product, the product that I have in my hand sucks. That's the fourth time that I've described this film. Sucks. 5. The positives, not a lot of positives on this film. 83 minutes. Too long. If this was an asylum film, this would probably only be, I don't know, probably 73 minutes. Asylum films aren't very long. Seeing Christopher Lloyd and Ving Rhames back was really cool. I didn't know Ving Rhames was in this film. I knew Christopher Lloyd was. I did not know Ving Rhames was, so that was really cool. That was kind of a shock to me, being that I am a big Ving Rhames fan. Daniel Panabaker playing the lead character as Maddie was really cool. There's not a lot to go on this film. I'm trying to see who did the special makeup. Gary Tunnicliffe, I don't know. So let it be said that Greg Nicotero did not do the special effects on this film. So, which is fine. I'm just kind of looking at the credits, seeing if there's anyone else I need to mention. Not really anyone else that I need to mention. I mean, Greg Nicotero, if he were to do the special effects on this film, I think it would have looked a lot better than it would have. One thing also I have to complain with this movie is there's not a lot of time we get with the piranhas. Basically the premise, and I should have said this a few minutes ago or so, but I'm just in the moment. The premise of this film is Maddie, played by Daniel Panabaker, comes back for to help out at her I think it's her parents' water park or something. I don't remember. But basically it takes 1 year after the events of Piranha. Lake Victoria is uninhabited. The the lake's dried up. There's seaweed and all that, and weeds and whatever growing out of the lake area. So, and Piranha Lake Victoria is uninhabited. I don't remember the lake for Piranha DD, and it does not say on the back of this box, which is stupid. But basically, Maddie comes back to find that her parents' water park is now not the same water park. Really, really not the same water park. Her stepdad Clint, played by David Koechner, has turned it into, basically turns it into a adult themed water park. As he puts it, water trained strippers. There are a lot of characters in this film that aren't likable. Pretty much the only characters that I actually find likable are Daniel Panabaker's character, and there's another character in the film that actually is kind of a geek who actually has a big crush on Maddie, but is kind of a shy kid when it comes to talking to her about his feelings. Kind of like me. That character that the Maddie's, the kid that has a crush on Maddie, I can relate to a lot. So that was really cool. Kind of relating to a character in the film. I just don't like this movie. I don't like the characters. What I kind of do find it funny is there's a kid in the film. There's a young kid named David. And it's funny. He goes up to David Hasselhoff and he goes, "Hey, I need a bandage. I got he said he got bit by a piranha." His mom was like, "Oh, you just scraped yourself." He goes, "Hey, I need a band-aid." And he goes, "What's your name, kid?" He goes, "David." And David Hasselhoff's like, "Oh, that's my name," and blah blah blah. And David Hasselhoff gives the kid a signed, an autographed picture of David Hasselhoff, and the kid has no idea who he is. And David Hasselhoff's like, "Have you seen Baywatch? Running in slow motion. Have you seen Knight Rider, the talking car?" And he goes, "Have you seen SpongeBob?" And the kid's like, No. I'm like, this kid's like probably about 11 or 12. What 11 or 12-year-old had never watched SpongeBob? Seriously, I'm 18 years old and I still watch SpongeBob from time to time. I just, I don't like the movie. It's funny, the climactic scene with the piranhas doesn't last very long, and the kid actually gets, the kid is on an inner tube and he's yelling for help, and a lady goes up to David Hasselhoff and said, "Hey, this kid needs help." And David Hasselhoff looks at the lady and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not a lifeguard, never was one." Headache inducing film. Headache inducing. There's also there's another character that I need to point out is Maddie's ex-boyfriend, Kyle. He's a crooked police officer. The dumbest character I think I've ever seen in the film. After the climactic sequence, it's the climactic near the end of the film. He goes, "Oh, I need to be a man. I need to be a man. I need to save somebody. I just need to save somebody," is what he's saying. He runs into the lake and he grabs a body. No head, no arms, flesh ripped from the flesh on their legs were ripped apart by the piranhas. And he's screaming, he's yelling, medic, carrying the body, trying to get the body out of the lake, or the pool. This does take place at a water park, so I don't know why I keep saying lake, but the pool. Carrying the body, I'm just like, you know, I was laying on my bed and I'm just like, oh, just have a piranha jump out and eat this guy. Just eat him. Oh. This movie sucks. Piranha DD sucks. I'm sorry. That's like the 7th time I called it that. But it does. It stinks. But there is, near the end, I don't want to spoil it because I want you guys to watch it, but the ending, what the heck? That's a messed up ending. If whoever, I'm trying to see who wrote this film. Patrick Melton and Marcus Dunstane and Joel Sosson, I don't know what that is, wrote the film. Written by whoever's bright idea was it at the end of the film to who wrote the film and who wrote the ending of this film. You're sick. You're a sick human being. I'm just gonna go out and say this film's a 1 stab or 1.5 stabs. I'm gonna give this film 1.5 stabs just because Daniel Panabaker and relating to that one character that I forget his name. But I mean, you can tell by what I rated this a 4 out of 5. 1.5. Don't bother wasting your time. This is, if you guys want to watch the film, it's perfect for a one viewing if you haven't seen it, but you won't want to watch it again. I may just throw this in the trash. Put the, you know, the movies in my DVD player, so I'll put it back in the DVD case. I might just throw the thing away because the movie sucks. But yeah, Piranha 3D, very better film. It's probably one of the few remakes that I actually do enjoy. The other film remake that I also enjoy is the Friday the 13th remake from 2009. I don't know why I looked at this. It's not the film, but 2009 remake of Friday the 13th was also another remake that I did enjoy. But yeah, you know, Piranha 4 out of 5. Piranha DD 1.5 stabs. So hope you guys enjoyed my reviews. I actually got 3 more movies. Or 4 more movies. The library that I got Prisoners, the original Psycho. Now I may watch that probably tonight after work, and I'll probably do a review tomorrow. Before church, I got church tomorrow, so I may do a review on that before church. So you got the original Psycho, I got Prisoners, I got Dragon Ball Z. I guess the Dragon Ball Z movie that came out, and I'm trying to think what else did I get. I don't remember. I know I got one other one.